Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Schwarzenegger Magic here. Well, right now we're going to be teaching you the Elmsley count. And I know what you're all saying this. Schwarzenegger Magic, we've learned this. Alright, I already know how to do this. But guys, trust me, I believe that if you watch this video, you are going to learn something. Alright, maybe you'll improve your Elmsley count now. If you're just referencing this to learn the Elmsley count, I'm going to be going through. I'm going to walk you through it, and you'll learn step by step the Elmsley count. Alright, because in Magic, if you're ever going to perform card tricks, a lot of card tricks, if you're really going to get into it, is going to use the Elmsley count. Alright, so I got a visual aid here for you. This is going to, although it looks like a second grader drew it, alright, and did these little marks here, it's going to help you out, alright? Let's start off with what the Elmsley count is, what you're trying to accomplish. What are your goals when you're performing the Elmsley count, alright? Well, here's what the Elmsley count is, alright? You're going to have probably about 4. You could have more, alright, more cards, but the Elmsley count requires at least 4 cards. The card in the third position is going to be turned over, and your objective is to make it seem as if that card is face down when it's really face up. But the thing is, your second goal is to make it look as if you're just peeling the cards off one at a time, alright? So, before we go a step further, we gotta figure out, alright, what exactly peeling off cards look like, alright? Because if you're doing the Elmsley count, and it looks like this, I've seen a lot of people going like that for the Elmsley count, okay? Although they'll get the job done, it's not looking like you're just peeling off cards, alright? It doesn't look natural, and it just looks kind of awkward, alright? So, first off, practice. Take a peek at what it looks like to peel off cards one at a time. I'm not doing an Elmsley count here. I'm just simply peeling off cards to get you the idea of what peeling cards off looks like. Because this is the whole idea here. This is what you're trying to accomplish. The second part, after you've done that, you see what it looks like. It's all about the grip, alright? If you haven't learned, alright, the Elmsley count yet, you want to start off with the correct grip, alright? It may seem weird, it may not feel correct, but the last thing you want to do is get into a bad habit, alright? If you learn, I'm going to show you the right way to hold the cards, alright? But if you go off and hold them somewhere else because it feels a little bit better, you're gonna end up messing it up, alright? So you want to learn now, you want to stick to that because you don't want to get into bad habits, alright? So this little visual aid here is going to show you just how to hold the card, alright? See these little marks here? These show you where your fingers go. This mark on the side here, and I picked a bicycle card on purpose because I'm assuming you guys either have blue or red bicycle cards because that's probably the most common. This way you can reference it, okay? So you're going to go halfway, alright? So I'm just going to pick out a blue card here. You're just for reference, alright? You're going to cut the card in half. You don't actually do this, by the way. If the card was bent in half, alright, I'll actually make a little mark just so you could see the halfway mark, alright? There's a halfway mark. You can clearly see that, alright? You want to put your thumb, your index finger, your pointer finger, and your middle finger below it, okay? Just below it. You can put it at halfway if that feels better, okay? But I highly recommend slightly below it, okay? And as you can see by this little reference, I'll even guide it up here. I made my mark just below the halfway mark, and this is where you want to put your thumb, alright? Now, if you're unsure of what we're doing right now, I'm showing you how to hold the cards when you're doing the Elmsley count. So, you're going to have your thumb right on this little mark, alright? You're not going past any farther than this. You want a very loose grip with this, not too tight. You're going to have your pointer finger and your middle finger on the bottom, alright? Right below it, just like so. And the rest, your ring finger and your pinky finger are just off to the side. They're not really doing much here, alright? Now, after this, you're going to have a packet of cards, alright? So I'm just going to pick up these cards and I'm going to show you, alright? So once again, I have this grip here. See this mark right here? This is where I'm going to be placing my thumb. So I'm going to come over. This is my non-dominant hand. The card where my thumb is placed, I'm using my dominant hand. Okay, so I'm bringing my non-dominant hand over. I'm going to place my thumb right here, and I'm going to have my pointer finger wrapped around the cards like so. From here, I could easily just peel off cards one at a time, alright, if I wanted to do that, if my heart desired, alright? But, as you can see, this looks natural. I could peel off cards, it looks fine, and this is the exact grip you want for your Elmsley count. So once again, your thumb goes a little bit more than halfway, your thumb goes right along the edge of the circle here, as you can see. right there, and your pointer finger just kind of wraps around the top. You don't have to worry too much about that, all right? From here, the only movement you're making in the Elmsley count, this is very important, is you're moving your non-dominant hand. Your dominant hand, once again, your dominant hand, all right, the hand you probably write with, all right, this hand is not going to move. So I'm a lefty, so this is my left hand right here. This is not going to move throughout the whole Elmsley count. I'm moving it slightly, just my fingertips, all right? But overall, you're not going to move it over here, to the left, to the right, up, down. You're not moving it, all right, guys? Make it stay still. The only hand moving is your non-dominant hand, and that's going to go out and back, out and back, out and back, all right? That's the Elmsley count right there. All right. Let's go further into what types of moves you're doing, where you moving the cards, everything like that. Now that you have mastered the grip, you know exactly what you're trying to accomplish. The Elmsley count, you're almost there, guys. It really just takes a little bit of practice. All right. So let's keep learning the Elmsley count now. Alright, so I'm going against using my bicycle stingers right here. That's just the name of the back or the deck that I'm using here. I'm not going to use these just because you might find it complicating seeing all these little things. You may find it easier to get a point of reference with this whole bicycle card, and also for a point of reference, you guys probably have bicycle cards. Alright, so let's talk about an Elmsley count here. What is the moves? Well, first off, you're going in an Elmsley count. The card being hidden is always in the third position, and you can also add more cards, okay? So I can add a card right below it. That card will also be hidden, but the last card will not, alright? So pretty much if it's in the third position, it'll be getting hidden, alright? So let's talk about the first move. Well, first off, you have your correct grip. This is the same grip I talked about. You're not changing a thing, alright? Once again, your dominant hand does not move. Your non-dominant hand is going to peel off the first card, alright, in that same position. Alright, so here we are at this position. After I've peeled off one card, this hand, which I said you weren't going to move except for the fingertips, you're going to push all the cards in the packet forward. Alright, so except for this last card. So I have 3 cards right here. I'm going to use my thumb and just slightly push off the 2 cards here as a block. This is going to take practice. Trust me, this is probably the hardest part, is pushing the block, alright? You don't want much movement. This is actually exaggerated slightly, alright? Once you have this block pushed over, you're going to take the card that's in your non-dominant hand and bring it to the bottom of the packet, okay? When you put it on the bottom of the packet, you're going to try to line it up with the bottom card. So let's say this is the bottom card. You're going to bring it back to underneath. Alright, this is going to be the bottom card now. So you have it in your hand, you're bringing it to the bottom. You're trying to put it back and line it up with the bottom card so it's almost visible. Alright, let's keep going here. Alright, so you have it in the correct grip. You slide the top card off to this hand right here. Once again, this is just one card. You push the block forward, alright, just to the side there. You bring the card back underneath and you try to make it not even visible, okay? And at the same time you're doing that, you're grabbing the block of 2 cards. So I'm just grabbing the block of 2 cards. And in this block of 2 cards, or more, it could be more, depending on the size of the Elmsley count, it should have all the cards that are being hidden. Alright, once you have this, it's simply just peeling off the last 2 cards. This is where the grip comes in, alright, because now it just looks very natural as you just simply just deal off the next card you have, alright, and you simply just did an Elmsley count. At faster speed, I'll try to do it. I'll try to make it nice and clean here. There it is. Oh, as I fail at the end, alright, but the whole point of it is to hide that blue card, okay? Let's talk about adding a couple more cards. We'll add a card here. I'll add another blue card. As you can see, because it's between the last card and the second card here, it will be hidden, okay? So if I square it up, it's a little bit trickier now because I do the same exact motion. I'm going to pull off one card. At this point, I'm going to push off the block. This is the block part is the hardest part to get, and it just simply takes practice. All right, you're going to push over the block slightly. This is exaggerated. You want it as minimal as possible. All right, in the beginning, you know, you can go slightly over just so you can fully understand it and fully get it. But note that when you're actually doing the Elmsley count, you want it very minimal. All right. One thing that helps when you're doing the Elmsley count are these edges. Some of you might not even know what these are for, and this is one benefit to them, alright? On the outside of bicycle cards, there are edges to them, alright? With the blue, the red, any color, alright? There is a white border, alright? Why is that white border there? For various reasons. One thing that's very helpful with that border is you can do an Elmsley count and even flash a little bit. What I mean by that is, after you've moved your first card over and you're pushing these blocks over, what it allows you to do is push it over and the spectator can't even notice, alright? Because I have it pushed over slightly, but the border covers it, alright? So you can't see the card behind it, especially when I'm going at full speed. It'll just look natural, okay? One thing you don't want to do is over-exaggerate the push and be like this, and when you come back, you grab 2 cards, okay? This will make it more noticeable and less convincing, okay? So that, guys, is the basic idea of the Elmsley count. Trust me, guys, you have all the information after watching this video. The thing is, you got to practice, alright? One thing you don't want to do, and I want to really drill this into your brain, is don't get in bad habits, alright? Just grab yourself 4 cards, okay? Even if you don't have an odd card, just leave them all face down, okay? And just keep doing the Elmsley count. Don't stop. Just keep doing it. Make sure you have the proper grip. You're not moving this hand. Do everything the right way. Even if you have to start out really slow. If you have to do this at 1 mile an hour in the beginning to get it the correct way, you want to practice the right way. So when you go out a master, all right? When I first started this, what I was doing is I was holding it too high, all right? And this hand over here, my non-dominant hand, was on the side and was just kind of peeling the cards off like that. Now, sure, this works. It'll get the job done. But is that the right way to do it? Is that the most convincing way? No. It's awkward. Spectators are going to be like, what are you doing right now? All right? So if you hold it the way I told you, you bring the cards out, be extended, and fully extend the cards, and I'm telling you guys, your Elmsley count's going to be crazy. All right? Nobody's going to be able to pick it up. All right? So that is the Elmsley count at full speed there. And I'll tell you guys, I hope you learned something from this. If you're just learning the Elmsley count, let me know. Write your story. You know, what helps you in the comments. Help each other out, all right? So thank you for watching. I'm Schwarzenegger Magic. Click the subscribe if you're new here. And as always, guys, remember, I'll be back.